The dissolution of the Beatles was marked by bitterness and strained relationships among its members. Multiple tensions led to their eventual split, including John Lennon's increasingly close involvement with Yoko Ono, diverging artistic visions, and a deep disagreement over bringing in Allen Klein to manage their Apple Records label. Many fans and historians trace the roots of the group's disintegration to the fractious sessions for their self-titled 1968 release, commonly known as the White Album. During those turbulent recordings, conflicts ran high. The atmosphere became so unpleasant that Ringo Starr briefly walked out, disheartened by the infighting. Looking back, Paul McCartney once explained that the tension during that album's production was intense, with the band on the verge of breaking apart, which made the entire process feel heavy and uncomfortable. John Lennon later echoed the sentiment, saying the cracks that would ultimately end the Beatles were already audible in that record. By September 1969, after the group had largely finished work on both Abbey Road and the Get Back sessions that would later become Let It Be, John Lennon informed Paul, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr that he wanted to leave the band. He referred to it as wanting a divorce from the Beatles. Paul, taking this as the end of the group, began working on his debut solo record, McCartney. Even after John's declaration, the band attempted to regroup. They reached out to John, hoping he'd contribute to completing the Let It Be project, to align with the upcoming Get Back documentary. Though John did not return, Paul recorded I Me Mine alongside Ringo and George. Still, despite new mixes being prepared, the band rejected the album in its proposed form, according to the Liverpool Echo. Desperate to salvage the recordings, the group brought in producer Phil Spector, who would later become infamous for his criminal conviction, to rework the tracks into a finalized album. His efforts resulted in what would become the official Let It Be release. Meanwhile, Paul McCartney was preparing to launch his solo career, intending to release McCartney with an accompanying press statement that confirmed his departure from the Beatles in April 1970. The group had already issued the song Let It Be as a single in March, and the album of the same name was scheduled for a May release to coincide with the film's premiere. Concerned about a scheduling clash between Paul's album and Let It Be, and frustrated by Paul's refusal to engage with Apple Records due to his opposition to Allen Klein's management, John, George, and Ringo attempted to intervene. Ringo was chosen to deliver a letter to Paul's home, requesting that he delay the release of McCartney. The meeting did not go well. Paul was infuriated by what he saw as interference, and after a heated argument, he forced Ringo to leave his house, symbolizing just how fractured the once inseparable group had become.